intelligence agency is struggling to cope with the blowback from its past Cold War operations. Its record of tragedies and scandals has left the future of the secret warriors up for debate.
Well, the biggest problem is that there's no enemy. And until somebody can sit down and define a mission for the CIA, they've got a problem.
I mean, to say that the director of operations don't know what to do now that the Cold War's over is nonsense. Proliferation of nuclear weapons, biological, chemical, and their delivery systems is perhaps more dangerous to the world today in the United States than it was when the Soviet Union was around.
Have you thought of saying we won and redoing the whole concept, maybe getting rid of it?
That's what we did after World War I. And then we found we'd made a mistake. We did it again after World War II. We disbanded our OSS. And then we found we'd made a mistake. Let's not go through that process again.
If you want to terrorize the world, you need the CIA. But if you want to let the hopes and aspirations of people develop normally, then you must destroy the CIA.
I have tremendous respect for the people in the Directorate of Operations at the CIA. But it's very unfortunate that repeatedly over the last 16 years, this operation has violated the laws of the United States of America. The laws.
The important part of covert action is that it is changed from the past. It's not overthrowing governments here and there. It's tailored to the real threats that we and others in the peace-loving world face, from drugs, from terrorism, from those who want to spread around weapons of mass destruction.
There are threats. There are bad people out there who do bad things. And it might sound trite, but there's enough badness out there that good officers in our service have got a lot of work to do.
We are in an information revolution that no longer requires the kind of CIA that we used to have. Because frankly, I can get it faster and cheaper off the internet than the CIA can get it for me.
Swashbuckle is kind of over. And to say, why would I join the CIA today? For what? What would draw me to do that? To go steal the ceramic engine from Mitsubishi to give it some bozo in General Motors? I mean, to do what?
This organization ought to be smaller, more highly focused, and focused on just the tough targets. And by the tough targets, they mean the almost impossible targets. Now, how are you going to motivate people at this stage in our society, with the Cold War over? I don't know.
There's going to have to be something awful happen, like a nuclear device go off, or a reservoir gets poisoned, or a biological weapon goes off, or some awful thing happens. And then when they look back on it and say, well, how the Christ did this happen? Well, because you have a Directorate of Operations, which is the Postal Department.
They started as a secret brotherhood and ended as a government bureaucracy. Now the mission is unclear, and the myth is gone. Today, the CIA's greatest mission may be saving itself. There are those who believe it is a mission impossible.
Coming up next,